The call to the Honourable the Deputy Leader of the Opposition.
My question is to the Prime Minister. Every single person in this country wants to see better outcomes for Indigenous Australians. There is no moral high ground and no monopoly on good intentions. Australians have made it clear over many decades that there are no blank cheques on constitutional reform. Will the Prime Minister release all advice from the Solicitor-General and any other legal advisers on the Voice so that Australians can fully understand all of the implications of the proposed change?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for her question, and I certainly agree with the statement that Australians want to close the gap, and Australians want reconciliation to be advanced. I'm asked about legal opinion. The government's position on cabinet papers is the same as the former government, but there is a range of legal opinion.
Order, members on my left.
Legal opinion has been put forward, and words have been put forward. And I want to make this point: the con.
Members on my left, the member for New England, the member for McNamara will cease interjecting immediately. Prime Minister has the call.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. I want to go to where these words have come from that will be put to the Australian people, because the Con Alliance developed a proposal in 2014. See if it sounds familiar. Proposing a new chapter of the Constitution. It said this: there shall be an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander body to be called the, insert appropriate name perhaps drawn from an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander language, which shall have the function of providing advice to the Parliament and the Executive Government on matters relating to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. It then went on in clause 2 to say, the Parliament shall, subject to this Constitution, have power to make laws with respect to the composition, roles, powers and procedures of the body. They were the two key clauses that were put forward in 2014. One of the authors is the Shadow Attorney-General, who was a part of that body that was put forward in 2014. He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. And the fact is that lawyers, including the member for Barara and the Shadow Attorney-General in this country, have put forward that wording, which has been backed up.
I'll hear from the Deputy Leader of the Opposition.
A point of order, Mr Speaker, on relevance. Now, I accept that the question...
Minister for Skills will cease interjecting.
I accept that the question was broad, but what it did not do was invite the Prime Minister to reflect on the opposition. Every part of the question went to the government's approach about this specific referendum.
The question was a long question about legal advice and about the current constitutional reform. The Prime Minister is being relevant, but I'm going to listen carefully to make sure that he is sticking to the question regarding, and it was also about outcomes for Indigenous Australians, and I'll give him the call.
Mr Speaker, I certainly am. The point is this has been more than a decade in the making, and the Con Alliance included Julian Leeser, Damien Freeman, Marcia Langton, Megan Davis, Greg Craven, Ann Toomey and Noel Pearson and Shireen Morris.
And the member for Deakin.
Just as the former Chief Justice of the High Court.
Order. Members on my left. The member for Deakin and the Minister for the Environment will cease interjecting immediately or be warned. Prime Minister has 30 seconds left and I want to hear him in silence.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. The former Chief Justice of the High Court of Australia, Justice French, has made his views very clear in an article in the Financial Review on Saturday, as has Ann Toomey, the leading...
Members on my left.
The leading constitutional academic in this country, as has the Shadow Attorney-General, in terms of the words that have been put forward by the Shadow Attorney-General. Simple as that, and I can't understand how that is controversial.